Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how Ninjago is Lloyd's fault. Now, a lot of you will be like, wait, what do you mean by that? So what I mean is, of course, not all of Ninjago, because there are some parts that would have happened with or without Lloyd. Now, so obviously we're just skipping over pilots here because Lloyd didn't exist in pilots, or he wasn't really around to do anything there. But then I think we can all agree that in Season 1, the whole reason was because of Lloyd. Lloyd unleashed the 3 Serpentine tribes who eventually betrayed him, and he became good. But the Serpentine tribes still wanted to get the other 2 out, which eventually led to unleashing the Great Devourer. So obviously, it was Lloyd's fault that the Serpentine were released, and it was Lloyd's fault the Great Devourer was awoken. I think that's something we all realize. Whenever you say that about Lloyd, that it was his fault that Season 1 happened, that's obviously true. But now, I'm going to talk about why most of the other seasons never would have happened if it wasn't for Lloyd. So, at the end of the Great Devourer fight, you may remember, they were forced to give Garmadon the golden weapons, because all 4 of them combined were the only thing powerful enough to defeat the Great Devourer. The Great Devourer only awoken because of Lloyd. Never would have happened if it wasn't for Lloyd. Garmadon never would have got the golden weapons, never would have made the mega weapon, and he never would have done all the stuff he did, all the kind of just random stuff. That stuff doesn't really have much effect to the story. Of course, that would also mean Lloyd would grow like a normal kid. He wouldn't just immediately be bumped up 10 years like he was in episode 18 or well, technically episode 20 or whatever one it was. But so then the Garmadon, he would have never got the snakes on his side. He would have never rebuilt the Destiny's Bounty, which is what helped him to get to the island where the Overlord was. The Overlord was really the only dark presence on that island. Also, the Great Devourer's venom awoke the Stone Army, which nobody knew were there. And there was probably no other way to awaken them. Which means, again, it's Lloyd's fault the Stone Army was awoken. And Garmadon, without the Mega Weapon, which he never would have got if it wasn't for Lloyd, he would have never been able to make it to the Overlord's island. Which means Season 2 wouldn't have happened. And then if the Overlord was never brought from the island, he would have never came back in Season 3. Season 3 wouldn't have happened, Zane wouldn't have died, which means Chen couldn't have took the new Zane, well, Ronan did, and gave it to Chen. But he couldn't have done that to force the ninja to come to his island. There probably would have been a partial Season 4 if it wasn't for Lloyd, though. Chen maybe invading the island with his normal people, possibly fighting the Golden Masters, or maybe coming to the island, starting a new business, and then setting up a tournament there. There probably would have still been some part of a Season 4. Then, Season 5, what would have happened there? Well, when Chen was sucked into the Cursed Realm, and Chen probably never would have been able to get all that power that he needed. That's such a drastic measure changed on him. That's the thing that unleashed Moro, because opening the Cursed Realm threw them in, Moro was able to escape. Season 5 never would have happened because Moro wouldn't have come back. Never would have bring everyone else back, preeminent. This also means Nia would have probably never gotten her water power, or at least got it a lot later than she did, because it wouldn't be so urgent for her to get her water power. Then Season 6, Skybound. Well, obviously, Klaus, there would be no reason for what he was doing. Either he would just be in jail somewhere, or he would be killed, because there wouldn't be such a drastic measure as throwing them into the Cursed Realm. So he would have no reason he wouldn't be able to get out of jail, and if he was dead, obviously. So, then he'd also probably be in the Cursed Realm anyway, but he wouldn't be able to get out. He never would have got the teapot and awakened Nauticon, which means that Season 6 never would have happened. The Departed is a weird one, because, yeah, without Moro coming back, Cole never would have become a ghost. He never would have to do that. He never would get tricked by Sensei Yang, because he's not a ghost. He doesn't have any feeling to be controlled or whatever by Sensei Yang. Which means, obviously, again, Day of the Departed wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Lloyd. But now we move to the first one that probably would have happened the exact same regardless. Season 7, Hands of Time, probably would have happened mostly the same, because obviously none of Lloyd's actions changed what happened 40 years ago. So the Time Twins still would have came back with the Time Blades. They would have fought. Nia probably, maybe then she would awaken her water power, because they need another elemental power. on there, and you know it'd really be the only fight since, well, the pilots. Then in that case, and then season 8. Well, what would happen in season 8? Well, Harumi would have never happened, because Harumi is the whole reason she's against the ninjas, because they weren't able to save her parents from the Great Devourer. Great Devourer never would have been awakened, so she wouldn't be evil, and she was most likely the one who started the Sons of Garmadon. So the Sons of Garmadon wouldn't exist either. Might be a similar group, but again, season 8 wouldn't have happened. And then season 9 is still relating to Garmadon and the ninja in the first realm. Again, season 9 wouldn't have happened. So if it wasn't for Lloyd unleashing the Serpentine way back 6 years ago in real time, 8, maybe 9 years ago in Ninjago time, if it wasn't for that, only the pilots in season 7 would have happened. And maybe a very bogged up, strange, different season 4. So, you know, that's something I just had a realization of in the past few months, and I've wanted to talk about that for a while. So yeah, that's everything. You can leave. I don't know why you're still here. I'm done. There's nothing important at this point. Just like my fat dog. He's pretty fat.